Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So recently I took a trip to Ikea where I purchased a new plant stand that I'd like to put in my plant room just so that I can move a few plants over, give myself a little bit more space on my current shelving unit and just raise a few things off of the floor. So I thought in today's video it would be fun to take you guys along with me as I put it together and look to reorganise some of the plants in this room. But before we get into the video, if you're new here, hi, my name's Amy and this is my jungle. Please don't forget to give the video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more planty content. If you're not new here, thanks again for joining me. I really do appreciate having you here. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so the plant stand that I've bought is the Satsumas bench. I already have one of their plant stands here and I would like to get the ladder as well for some of my trading plants. So first off, I am just going to open up the box. Let's grab my scissors. So, as I say, this is the plant stand that I have got. It's the Satsumas ladder. And I'm just going to empty out the box so that we can get started. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to move a few plants because the plan is I would like it along this wall here. So I'm going to shift you guys so you can see what I'm doing, where I'm clearing space, and then we'll look to move some plants onto the bench. this is where the plant bench is going to live. The eventual plan is to get some grow lights to go underneath here. And this is going to be for my smaller cacti and succulents, just to keep them out of the way. And then I've got my own designated area here. On the top, I am unsure as to what plants I want to put up there. I don't know whether or not to move my Calathea and Maranta over here, as then they're quite close to the humidifier that sat behind me, or whether or not I should look to put my Alocasia up here. I only have a few at the moment, so I think I'm probably going to have a bit of a play about with what goes up here, and it may end up changing depending on how my collection grows going forwards. There were a couple of plants here that I have had to move, and I'm not sure whether or not I want to move this up any further, or if I'm happy with how close it is to my other plant stand. So the plants here are still getting light from the window, so it's not like they're being blocked. I'm just more conscious as to, as I put plants on here, whether or not it's then gonna limit the amount of sunlight that they're getting from the window behind me. But yeah, I think I'll have a play about, see how I feel, see whether or not I think any of the cacti could potentially be too close to the lights once they do go up here. Underneath here, I am going to be moving my dog's toy box as well as water bowl, just because then it frees up a little bit more space on the other side of the room and we don't feel so enclosed. That then also does give me space over here to get the Saximus ladder planter, which is where I eventually want to put all of my trailing pothos, epipremnum, just so that they have a bit of a display area themselves. And then I figure that as this is quite a small room, going more vertical is probably gonna help maximize the space in this room. But yeah, I'm just gonna grab some of the plants and start to set them out and see how I feel about the setup of this plant bench. So aside from the euphorbia, I feel like these cactus will all be okay under here. I do have a couple of haworthia that I will also move down here. I just need to work out where I want them placed. The euphorbia I am going to move back up onto my plant shelf behind you, just because I feel like they are going to be quite close to the lights once they do go on. But again, we'll have a play about and see how I feel about that, as my one downstairs does get full afternoon sun, so I could potentially look to acclimatise them to that light, but I feel like I would have to move them relatively soon, depending on obviously their growth rate. Let me just go and grab my haworthia. So I think this is the final look that I'm going to go for, and that is just because these plants aren't going to be up here indefinitely. It is a temporary solution for them. Eventually, when I do get the Saximus plant ladder, they will be moving into the pots on there. But for now, as I say, it gives me a bit more space over on my plant shelf to play about with moving some plants around, and deciding what I actually want to go up here once these do move off onto the plant ladder. This is how the plant stand is looking at the moment. I've got all of my trailing plants on here. Like I say, they'll eventually move onto a ladder on the opposite side of the room. And then below I have my little cactuses and succulents. So I'm quite pleased with how this looks. Like I say, the only thing left to do is to fit a grow light onto the top here. but I'm not in a rush to do that, considering we are entering sort of spring, summer months where it's hopefully going to be a bit more sunnier, as you can see. Just to pull back to give you a bit of an overview of what that looks like. But yeah, quite pleased with the result. But yeah, that is it for the video. Let me know if you've got any tips or hints on styling, anything that you think would work up here. Don't forget, if you did like this video, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more planty content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.